Greetings all and welcome back to Globbits Gaming Channel. It's not going to take a genius to realise that this ain't World of Tanks. This is Elite Dangerous. This is a video game I have been waiting for since the 80s. Okay, this first came out for me on the Amiga. First experiences for me of playing this game was on the Amiga 600. And I absolutely thoroughly enjoyed it, and thankfully, I don't know whose idea it was at Frontier Developments, but I am so happy that you guys have re-released this game. For me, it's everything of my childhood. I cannot express to you how many fucking hours I lost to this game. Basically, what is it? Well, it's a space game that you pilot a ship and you basically set off on your career. Oh, excuse me, that just belched. You set off on your career as a starship pilot. And this is the thing about it. What you choose to do is completely up to you. A couple of options. You can be a combat pilot. You can join one of the federations or one of the empires or whatever. Or fight for one of the independent systems and basically be a badass in combat. Fly a fighter, getting mixed up in some really big space combat. You can get your Christopher Columbus on and basically go, Star Trek and, explore strange new worlds. Scanning things. You can be miner. You can go out and mine asteroids for minerals. You can be a trader, you can basically, and this is what I'm going to name this series. This is Globbits Interstellar Trading Services, or G.I.T.S, as it's been nicknamed. G.I.T.S, Globbits Interstellar Trading Services. I'm basically going to be doing this as a video log, updating you on the channel and all that kind of stuff, and just chatting shit, basically, throughout these episodes. I'm going to show you how to play the game, for those that you're interested, and I'm just going to be derping around. It won't be a consecutive episode situation. What it'll be is every couple of days or every week or two, I'll basically release something, one of the videos from it, and just show you what I've been doing and bits and pieces and stuff I've discovered. Alright, so the first thing I'm going to do, is I'm going to clear my save. Alright, I'm going to clear my save completely, and I'm going to start again from scratch. Okay, I didn't do very far. Basically, I just recorded the first episode once, and my microphone wasn't set up, so therefore it was completely void of my talking. So, Globbits is my name, okay, and I'm going to choose the new Commander starting pack. Now, obviously, people that spend hundreds of millions of pounds on this game will have different packs to me. Basically, what I start off is in the shitty stock Sidewinder. Imagine this as your T1 Cunningham of the space world. You can read the blurb up there. It's a very light ship with jump capability. You can basically warp around places faster than light travel and all that kind of stuff. I'm going to start off in a random federal system. Hopefully, I don't start off on the Bose starport because it's a garbage system that really drove me insane. And I get 100 measly credits, which basically equates to pocket change. So here goes then, into the game. You've got options when you want to play. You can go open play, private, or you can play solo. I'm going to go into open play, which means I'm going to be against other players. I'm not against them, but they will be actually in the game with me. And you get the spinning Sidewinder loading screen, which gives me opportunity to talk a little bit about the game. It cost me £50 to get in the beta backer scheme. It's been in beta test now for approximately 3 months, I believe. It is no longer available to purchase. You can't pre-purchase it. Well, you can pre-purchase it, but you can't get access to the beta because the system's now in gamma, as you can see at the bottom left-hand corner of the screen. And basically, what that means is it's only now open to beta backers. Okay, you can't get involved with it anymore. Its release date is, I believe, the 16th of December. So if you want to play this game, it's going to be available on the 16th of December. If you're in a beta backer already, you're not going to need this tutorial part of the video. So this is your basic ship cockpit. Okay, you can have a look around. Now I've got my free look, my pilot head look, if you like, set up to mouse wheel button, middle mouse button. You can get systems that you attach to your headphones, like I wear, that allow you to do this with head movements. You actually move your head around and the pilot moves the head, but it gives me fucking vertigo, so I'm not going to bother doing that. Okay. Gives you all the information you need. It's going to be quite complicated to start with, so we'll go through it slowly. Alright, bottom left, okay, as you can see down there, is where we are. We're in the Bosch terminal. I'm so glad we've come here because this is a better system than the other one that I started. And I started in LHS, or LTT 1594449 or something. It's fucking miles away from anywhere. It was garbage. Alright, and a little look at the planet that you're orbiting. Alright, I'm in a terminal, which basically means a space dock type refueling station with spinny fans. The middle bit is your information panel, starport service. We'll come on to that later. Gives you date and time. You've then got a picture on the right hand side of your ship. Alright, the Sidewinder with the shields. You have shields in this, same as Star Trek. Okay, and your hull is at 100% at the moment, which is good. Sys, Eng, and Wep will come to later. It shows me my fuel on the next thing. Alright, I've got a full tank worth of fuel. I'm also mass locked, which means I'm held in place by the station. I can't use my fast and light drive until that blip goes out when I get enough distance away. And also, thankfully, because I'm sat on a landing pad, my landing gear's down. There's also a cargo scoop as well, so if somebody decides to chuck something out the window, you know, cigarette butts or whatever like that, you can scoop it up with your cargo scoop, which is pretty cool. You've also got some menus. If you press button 1 by default, okay, you come onto your navigation panel, alright, which gives you information on where we are, alright, all the different starports and all the different systems that we can go to. Right, LS stands for light seconds, and LY is obviously light years. Obviously, the bigger the number, the further away the things are, basically. You can also go to transactions if you have any transactions, and contacts. Now, this gives you an idea and look around what there is. Okay, there's 2 spaceships in this station or around it. There's a Lakon Type 9 Heavy, which is basically a articulated lorry. It's a cargo ship, and there was a Sidewinder. Alright, and the civilian outpost, which is what we're actually sat in at the moment. Navigation, you go to your galaxy or system map, just to give you an idea of the system we're in. These are the different planets of the system and the suns. It's a binary system. There's 2 suns. There's an asteroid belt. There's all kinds of shenanigans. There's lots of different space stations. I think we're here. Are we there or are we there? Where are we? Peyton, Shkira, Bosch. We're here. Now that icon there means I have a ship there. Okay, I have my Eagle parked in that station. Okay, and what that means is I'm going to go there. Alright, there's an Eagle there like it says there. This is my perk for being a beta backer. I get a better ship to start with because I'm badass and I paid 50 quid to play the fucking game. Anyway, so yeah, and it also tells you what kind of government, which will come more important later. Alright, the state of it, neutral relationship with everyone. That's my relationship with it. What facilities this particular station's got, what it imports, what it exports, and what's actually made illegal here. Pay attention to this, guys. You do not want to be carrying this shit when you come into this starport, because if they catch you, they'll blow holes in you, alright, until you die. Alright, that's the system map then. And then we've got the star map, or the galaxy map. Now, this is the key thing about Elite. Alright, they have finally done this. During the beta stage, you only had a handful of worlds and systems you could visit. Check how many systems there are. Alright, there's absolutely hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of them. And just to put it into perspective, you can, if you can get there, visit Earth. Alright, you can actually go to the Sol system and you can visit our system. I will, at some stage, be visiting this system. Okay, my aim by the end of this is to get here. Okay. You've basically got Earth. It's an Earth-like world. And you've got all the different stations, okay, orbiting all the different moons and the planets, okay, which is just going to be absolutely fucking awesome if I can get there. It's really going to be amazing if I can get there. Alright, so you can get to the Sol system, but as you can see, it's a fair distance away from where we actually are. More on that later. Okay, so, starport services then. This is your main menu for every station, depending on what the station's facilities have, depending on what you'll get here. You can refuel, you can repair, all that become later. You can read the news. They basically update things like, there's an Iranian war one here, which basically means people are fighting around a system called Iranian, which I'm used to being around. I'm going to try and get there because you can earn good money shooting people doing that. You can repair and do your munitions manually if you want to. The bulletin board is the one you need to pay particular attention to. Alright, because this is what's going to earn you your money. For example, if I take 3 items of cobalt to Volta dock in the LHS 1914 system, okay, I can earn myself 2,909 credits. At the moment I have 100, so that's a really good mission. Alright, and there's also one to STKM 1-, yeah, basically there, for 2 fish. 2 tons of fish, okay, for 2,000 credits. However, that is one option you can do. That's a trading thing, which is what we're going to be doing. Contacts is how you can pay off your fines with the Pilots Federation. If you've got a criminal record, if you've got any bounties on your head, there's where you display that, and that's how you pay it off. If you have a bounty on your head, ladies and gentlemen, people will try and shoot you. Okay, they will try and hunt you down, because if you've got £1,000 on your head or 1,000 credits on your head and they destroy you, they get 1,000 credits. The bigger that number, the more people are going to be after you. If you're a bounty hunter, That's your payday. Alright? Local security office is where you pay off your fines, okay, or you collect bounties if you're a bounty hunter. So if I kill 3 ships that are worth 1,000 credits each, this is where I come and collect my credits. And combat bonds if I take part in any wars, in part of these, in basically for these guys in the Federation. If I take combat bonds for the Federation, I basically come here and cash them in. Obviously, I haven't had a lot of experience with that yet. Outfitting shows you basically my ship. I'll just go to the library, and there's my ship. Okay, and it's standard issue paint job. I will get some new paint jobs when the game's finally released. You can also change your hard points. I can change my lasers. I can also put bits and pieces on my utility mounts. More on that later. All right, and do my internal compartments. Don't ever get rid of this. This is cool. We're going to earn money, mate, you with that. Okay, so. And the cartographies. You earn money from the cartographies by scanning systems. This is the thing. If a system is completely unexplored, you can go in there with your discovery scanner, work out what's there, and get paid money for doing it. Alright, which is what we're going to do to start with. But the first thing we're going to do, teach you how to take off. Alright, now, but when you come to take off for the first time, it's quite daunting, guys. Alright, go to the launch menu, and it'll ask you to do your pre-flight checklist. This is where you make sure, okay, that all of your controls that you basically need to fly around and do things are actually set up. Now, pitch and roll, or pitch and yaw are set to my mouse. Mouse up, pitch up. Mouse down, pitch down. Mouse left, your left. Mouse right, your right. A is roll left, D is roll right. Throttle up is W. Throttle down is S. Thrust left, thrust right is set to E. Thrust left is set to Q. Thrust up is set to R. Thrust down is set to F. Okay, I'll give you a scan of my control setup in a moment. Weapons are set to mouse button 1. Landing gear is G. Target ahead is T. And UI focus is left shift. And it allows you then to take off. You don't have to do that every time, just for the first time you do it. And we basically get sent out to the landing pad. If I use free look, that is the vastness of space. How cool is that? Now what we need to do here is take off. So all I'm going to do, it will allow me and release me. Okay, all I'm going to do is thrust upwards using the R key. Okay, turn my ship using the mouse to the side. Alright, lift up my landing gear using J and W to thrust forward. Okay, you can see on the right hand side of my blippy thing there, I'm 47 kilometers an hour, 50% heat, and I'm moving away from the station. If that little bar turns blue, so I'll just turn it up to 70, 80-ish, it means that my ship is at its most manoeuvrable. Okay, I can use my thruster. I'm just looking around using the mouse. Alright, do an all stop. All stop by default is X. And that's the space station we've just come from, which is pretty cool. What I advise you to do now is have a play, okay, and basically just fly around a little bit. Get used to flying around. There's a gun turret there, look. Fly around, get used to it, get your bearings, okay, have a play with it, alright, and then come back when you've had a play. I'm just going to have a bit of a mooch around just to see if the camera copes with it alright, and then what we're going to do is going to have a go at landing. Going to do all stop, okay, right, all stop is X by default, guys. Use this opportunity to scan down my controls, just so you guys can set it up if you want to. I'll do it slowly. If you want to slow the video down at any point. Okay, so you see that. Just give me a second. There we go. Happy days. There's my control setup. Okay. What we'll do is we'll just resume, and now I'm going to show you how to land. Alright, so the first thing we need to do, we need to tell the station that we want to. So we go press 1, okay, and we automatically look at our navigation panel. Use the Q and E keys to do the tabs. Press spacebar on contacts. Request docking with Bosch terminal. And it'll tell us to land at landing pad number 4. Alright, which is actually underneath the station. So what I'm going to do, it's there, I can see it. I'm going to thrust forward. Right, out of the way. I can look up if I want to using the middle mouse button. Increase my speed slightly. You can see me going faster. There's landing pad number 4. Now you can see to the left of my little thing, there's a little crosshair with a globe. That spot is my reference point, my target reference point. That's where my target is, and there's my target right there. So what I'm going to do is angle myself towards the docking bay. I'm really slow to start with. You can use thrusters for this. You can set thrusters backwards and forwards and do this, but I don't like doing that. You need to be facing it in the right way. You'll get down towards the pad, go really, really slow, and you'll get a little mini game, which is your landing mini game. Deploy your landing gear. It'll warn you if you don't do it. Okay, and you'll get a little mini game. All you need to do is line your ship up, get down as low as you can, and eventually you'll land. Unfortunately, the mini game didn't actually. Okay, the mini game's bugged. That's fine. I'll thrust away. I'll thrust down again, and hopefully it should start working. Nope, it's not going to work. So I'll fly away. Flip over. Turn myself all the way over. Spin myself around using my roll controls. Come into it at an angle. Slow right down. This is going to take you a while to get used to, guys. Try and land. There we go, and I've landed. You didn't get the little mini game there, which is unfortunate. Hopefully we'll see that at the next station. And that's basically how you take off and land. Alright, what we're going to do now is we're actually going to go and try and get my Eagle ship. Okay, it is in, I believe, Heisenberg Station. I believe, if I remember rightly. Yep, Heisenberg Terminal. You see it's a ship there. Now, because I'm a beta backer, basically what happens is I get a free ship, which is distinctly better than this heap of junk. Now, you can see here, Heisenberg Terminal. Alright, and my press number 1 again for your navigational terminal. Heisenberg Terminal, lock destination. That tells me that my destination is locked on the Heisenberg Terminal. I want to launch. It will just turn me round. You have to sit through this, unfortunately, each time. But never mind. Game of Blades would glitch there a little bit, but never mind. It's in early beta. It's in gamma. It's not been fully released yet. They're ironing the tweaks out still, and it's going to release me. So I'm going to press R to thrust up. Far away from the station. Lift up my landing gear. Throttle away. Alright, bring it into the blue. Now, where is Heisenberg Station? Well, if you look at the top left of my thing, it's actually, if it's in a circle that's not completely blue, it's behind me, so I'm going to roll, and I'm going to pull upwards so I can actually, there it is. Now, it says it's going to take 1 year to get there. Well, I haven't got a year to wait, so what I've got to do, I've basically got to do a warp jump, right, or a faster than light travel. But I'm not going at full speed at the moment in this particular setting. I want to divert engine power to my engines, which is the Syst-Eng WEP system. So what I'm going to do, press up twice on the directional arrows. Alright, I'm going to put 2 pips in systems, which is shields, 4 pips in engines. More about that later. And it allows me to travel at 220 miles per hour or kilometers per hour, which means I can not be mass locked anymore. Now, this is important. Being mass locked means you can't engage your faster than light drive. Now I've set my faster than light drive to K. If I press K now, it charges up my faster than light drive, and basically we will go faster than light towards the Heisenberg Terminal. Now this is the next difficult bit with this particular game. Alright, closing the distance. Okay, as you can see, my speed increases exponentially. I'm now doing over 1,000 million meters a second. Alright, I think that's what MM stands for, and the distance is getting closed a lot quicker. All I need to do, keep my ship pointed at the Heisenberg Terminal, accelerate until I start to close the distance, and obviously when I get close enough I need to disengage from this particular way of flight. I can't do that at full speed. What I have to do, if you can see over there, distance and speed and alignment all need to be the same. Alright, speed needs to be within the first 5 bars, and the distance needs to be with those 2 blue bars. This will become more apparent once I get a bit closer. If both the blue bars are within correct parameters, it will allow me to jump out of this particular Supercruise, as they call it, safely. Alright, and this is a skill. What you want to do, ignore all the rest of the shit around you. All you want to do is keep the time underneath the light seconds thing you can see there around about 10 seconds. Alright, that's my ideal sort of thing. You can do it down to about 8 or 9. Alright, but I would advise you just to start with, do it for 10 seconds. Alright, which means it's going to take 10 seconds to reach my destination. Now we're about to get interdicted. Don't worry, it's not a problem. So, slow it right down towards 10, and the speed will drop not on autopilot. It's not on autopilot. It just naturally drops and slows down. Alright. And as you can see, the distance is closing down, but the speed's nowhere near, because I'm still going far too fast, but we've still got 16 light seconds worth of distance to cover, so I can slow down a lot slower. Sorry, slow down a lot more gradually, should I say. My grammar is terrible. And all I'm going to do is just steady on down. Keep it around about 10 seconds. And we're getting interdicted. I knew this was going to happen. What you need to do here, what they're trying to do, one of the system security vessels, or a player, is trying to pull me and yank me out of hyperspace to basically come and have a chat with me. He's pulling me over, basically, which isn't going to ride. I'm not doing it. I am the badass. Fuck you. I don't want you to do this. Alright, so I have to keep my nose pointing towards this escape vector. If my blue bar gets high enough, ping, interdiction evaded. Alright, if that was a player, I would have problems. If that was a pirate, he would drop me out of this hyperspace, get me into real space, and basically blow holes in me and kill me and steal my cargo that I haven't got. Alright, but that was probably more than likely system security. Alright, this is a high security system. Alright, there are fighters patrolling this system, preventing smuggling and piracy and all the rest of it. Alright, but it just pisses you off. It's annoying. Anyway, we digress. So, getting closer now, keeping it within 10 seconds. You can go a little bit quicker if you want to. Alright, as you get better at it. You will see me later on in further episodes where you just basically just blitz in as quick as you can. If you overshoot, it doesn't matter. It's annoying, it takes time. Alright. Hey ho, if you go too fast, just fly past it. In a nutshell. So, closing in on the Heisenberg then. Keeping it at 8 seconds. Speed slowly decreasing. Now you can see the two bars here. You see over there. When they get to the blue, okay, the speed should be blue very, very, very shortly. Right, once it gets below 1,000, I think it's 1,000 kilometers a second. There we go. Get a lot slower. That's a player, by the way. Those little shadowy, blippy things. And when I get to within 1,000 kilometers of the station, all I'm going to do is I'm going to press my K key, and it'll drop me out at the Heisenberg station. And you jump out of Supercruise. So that's how you do a Supercruise journey. And you get dumped in real space. Alright, right outside the Heisenberg terminal. Just to give you a scope of the scale of this thing, it's fucking enormous. Okay, those big rings there where people live. If you've seen Elysium, alright, that is very similar to the station, the film Elysium, where people live. This end here, though, is where the ships dock. So what we're going to do is we're going to make our way there, and we're going to dock into the space station. Now, this is slightly different to landing on one of those civilian outposts. We still need to ask it for permission to dock, alright? So request docking using your navigational key, alright? And it's telling us to approach landing pad 14. Now the last one only had 4 landing pads. This thing's got over 40, alright? So what we need to do, find this bulbous end here, alright, that you can see, and there'll be a hole, a slit, like a docking window on the end of it. Whenever you see this advertising thing here, alright, that is basically where the entrance to the station is. You can do this without even looking at the station by using the little crosshair thing with the blip, the blue blip. Once that blue blip goes see-through, that's the time to make your turn. So now I start to make my turn. I should be nicely lined up with the entry hole, just like that. Slow myself right down. This is massively important. You do this as slow as you possibly can to start with. Keep your throttle in the blue area. You can just aim yourself towards the hole. Right, avoid these little screen things, they're holographic. Get yourself lined up with the hole. Now, as you can see, if I slow right down, the station is spinning. You need to time your entry to the spin. Alright, you just slip in through the doors and head, as it says there, to landing pad 14. Alright, make sure your landing gear comes down. Keep your throttle in the blue, as always. Okay, it allows you to be more manoeuvrable. Your speed will slow right down with landing gear deployed. Aim yourself towards the pad, and hopefully the mini game will come up now, which is your little landing mini game. Slow it right down, do it nice and slow. There we go. And all we need to do is line ourselves up with the centre of the landing pad using our thrusters. Slow right down. As soon as the landing pad turns blue, just press F, lower ourselves down, and that's your first docking. Alright, that made that look easy, but it ain't. Trust me. Okay, practice it. You're in a free sidewinder. You can blow the piston thing up as many you want. It's not many times you want. It's not going to be a problem. Alright, just keep practicing. It's going to look slick when I do it. I will make a few cock-ups, I'm sure, but with practice it gets easier. So we're going to go to Starport Services. Alright, once we get in the hangar. And I'm going to equip myself with my Cobra. Sorry, not Cobra. I wish it was a bloody Cobra. My Eagle. Alright, so go to the shipyard. Alright, just an example of a few of the other ships you can get. This is the ship I'm aiming for, Cobra. I really do love this ship. It's really, really good. Okay, it's a good all-rounder. But I'm in this little fighter. Now, as you can see here, it's faster than the Sidewinder. It's more manoeuvrable. It's probably the most manoeuvrable ship in the game. Alright, and it just bloody quick. Alright, now I've got options here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to store my... In fact, I might retrieve my old ship and store my current ship is what I'm going to do. What will happen here is I'll swap to my Eagle. Now, the cockpit will change. The viewports will change. You get into a new ship, basically your HUD changes. Okay, and we'll just wait for that while we stand by as the game renders it. And it's changed. There we go. It's a little bit more slick, a little bit more fighter-ish. Looks a little bit more badass. Extra vents at the back and the light switch. Okay. I've got boobies too. Look, I got boobies. Okay. And that's pretty much it for the first episode, guys. What I'm planning on doing to start with, I'm going to go do some exploring. I'm going to do some mining. Alright, show you what that is. I'm going to do some trading, bits and pieces. And I'm also going to show you how to fight in combat. Alright, upcoming episodes. I may be... How can I put this? It's probably not going to be chronologically the same time. Basically, I'm not going to quit this episode, go and play another one and just show you combat. I'll get a bit more upgraded before I start doing combat. Alright. I'll see you in the next episode, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. Okay, I'll leave descriptions in the bits and pieces in the description about how to get all of the game if you want it. You can pre-order it and get extra bonuses, etc., etc. And hopefully this gets as much response as my World of Tanks videos. We'll see. Time will tell. But I am going to make a series on this game. Take care of yourselves, guys, and I'll catch you in the next episode. Bye now.